How do I mix it up? How do I bring them something new? How do I show them what I'm loving, but not just do it in the form of an album review? Sounds like it's time to start a brand new monthly series. What's up everyone, John from ARTV. I asked you guys on Twitter, should I do this monthly thing where I talk about songs or maybe albums that I might have missed or else songs that I'm loving, and Twitter responded with a resounding yes. And of course, I gotta listen to Twitter. The Twittersphere is where it's at. Make sure you're following me at ARTV Reviews. I ask you guys questions on there, and I also poll my patrons a couple of times a month. If you're able to support me on Patreon, it's that top link in the description down below. It really does help the videos keep flowing, not only on ARTV, but also beyond ARTV. So what are we doing here today? What are we going to be going through? It's not necessarily just new songs, it's old songs, whatever I am loving in this current month. At the end of the month, or else early into the next month, I will talk about what I have been loving from the previous month. And I'm going to try and work in maybe a couple of throwbacks, like 1 to 3 every month, and then a bunch of new stuff from the past couple of months that maybe is under the radar, stuff that I haven't gotten a chance to talk about, but stuff that I am loving, and I want to pass that on to you guys. I'm not just going to hold it to myself. I'm going to tell you guys about these secret bands. I'm not that guy that's like, hey, I know this band, but you know what? I'm too cool. I'm not gonna, I want to be a hipster. I want to save them for myself. I knew them before they sold out. I'm not going to do that to you guys. Instead, we're going to go through this month 10 songs that I think you need to be listening to. Now, this won't always be 10. I just wanted to start off on maybe a good foot with an even number for luck. I don't know. I'm rolling the dice. I hope you guys love this. I'm going to play you a little sample of each song. Here we go with number 10. So Manchester Orchestra just put out a new album, and it's pretty solid overall. It's definitely a different vibe for them, but I'm on board with it. I'm okay with it. And this song, The Silence, closes things out. There's a lot of thes on the record. Every single song except for one starts with the blank, the blank, the fill in the blank. You get it. You understand. All of the songs on here have a kind of a connectivity about them, but this track that closes it out definitely feels monumental. It's like a closing of a book in a way. And if you've been into Manchester Orchestra in the past, you know that they've mainly had some heavier tendencies. Andy Hull, the leader of this band, definitely has a great voice, and this album is a bit more timid. It kind of lays off of those harsher tendencies, but this track kind of goes in a different way. It starts off more vibey once again. There's a little bit of reverb and atmosphere to the track, but rest assured it doesn't stay that way the entire time. This song builds up and is something very special.
I think you're moving in too close, but I think that it's my body wanting it the most. Like, I don't know what it is I feel, but I know it's my emotions going in for the kill. Like,
You know those moments whenever you're just like tapping your foot and you're like, should I really be tapping my foot and nodding along to this? Do I really like this? And the answer is, yeah, I do. Julia Michaels, the follow-up single to her massive Takeoff solo single debut. She's been a writer in the past. It's called The new EP just dropped, and I'm not covering that because it is stale. I'm talking like old bread stale. It's bad. It's really recycled, formulaic. I didn't even like Issues, so it just kind of blew my mind that this is like the one song that just totally jumps off the page. And there's so much charm just oozing out of this track. It's fun. It kind of has this slide tempo. You're falling in love with someone, but you're like, I shouldn't be. I told myself that maybe I wasn't gonna date for 6 months or something like that. But just in case you forgot, you're just seeing this person over and over again. I love the way the guitar loops on this one. Even her kind of vocals that just seem like they're almost stretching a bit are kind of charming in a very odd way. And it's something that you just want to keep humming all day long. So like I said, I'm gonna feature some throwbacks. I wasn't just teasing you. We've actually got something from 2011 off of the album Ceremonials. You might have seen me on Twitter. I was talking about this, I was complimenting it, and it's no surprise for anybody that is following me over there. Wow, it sounds like Twitter sponsored this video. No Light is the name of this track, and no light, you wouldn't be able to see my face. I need the light, Florence and the Machine. What am I gonna be, Todd in the shadows? John in the shadows? This song is amazing though. I think it's fantastic. Florence Welch is one of my favorite vocalists, and I've really been getting back into Ceremonials lately. In fact, I picked up a used copy on vinyl just a week ago or so, and it's a really good listen overall. I think it's one of their strongest outings. Not that they've ever had a weak album, but I'm just excited to see what comes for them, and I've gotten back into this record, kind of hyping myself back up again. But No Light is one of those tracks that just soars. It's got everything from this like twinkling harp that just goes throughout this bombastic chorus. It soars, and her vocals are a huge presence here, along with the swirl of pianos, guitars, and just everything. A little bit of reverb, and those lyrics that just really hit. They solidify this track as an absolute staple in their discography. We can't choose what stays and what fades away. Powerful stuff.
Oh, I was meant to love you, always keep you in my
Okay, let's slow things down. All right, you want something slower? You want to mix up that mood? Let's get sexy. Cigarettes After Sex. That's right, their new album, their self-titled, just dropped recently, and I've been loving a handful of tracks off of it, including Opera House. I was gonna put the single K, but I feel like a lot of people do know about that one, so I wanted to put Opera House on here. It's 6+ minutes long, but it does not waste or squander that runtime whatsoever. I feel like this one is another one kind of about falling, but you're not exactly sure if you're supposed to be, and it's a very delicate tune. If you've ever spent any time listening to Cigarettes After Sex, you know that they kind of have like this mood about them. They're from overseas, they got this thing going that I just feel like not a lot of US bands are channeling very well. It's like maybe they're trying, maybe a little bit of shoegaze, a little bit of pop, a little bit of alternative, but they don't really mix the genres all that well. This is a good combination here. I'm liking this, I'm vibing with it, and I think you guys will as well. Check it out if you want something maybe right before you go to bed, or if you're on a night drive or something like that, or if you're just in a new relationship or things are starting to turn around for you. I think this is a good one to give you a little bit of optimism, but maybe cautiously so. Sir Sly, you struck gold once again. Astronaut is the name of the song that I'm putting on this list today. I liked a good chunk of Don't You Worry Honey, their brand new record. High is one of the best damn songs of the year, and I will fight anybody who contests me on that. Astronaut sees the lead singer once again taking off into the world of drugs, and he's floating around. He took a little bit of a hit of acid, and now he's floating like an astronaut in space. Great vibe on this one, a great hook, and a great feel overall. So Garrett Borns, aka Just Borns with the slash through the O, like in TOP 21 Pilots, is back, and I am very, very excited about that. I loved Dopamine. It was one of my favorite debut albums of the year in 2015, one of my favorite albums overall, so you're damn right I'm ready for new music from him. This new track is energetic and playful. It takes a little bit from like the 80s, the 90s, and even modern stylings as well, but his voice just kind of coos on this one, and it has a great sweeping melody, something that we're not getting a lot. I'm so tired and sick in 2017. I just want to shake some of these artists and say, like, it's okay to play your instrument, it's okay to play with pop and still have it rooted in like some actual guitars and drums. And Garrett does that once again with his new track, Faded Heart, a great chorus on this thing. It's already getting stuck inside of my head, and I think the guitars are really cool on the track as well. Can't wait to see if there's an album coming.
So if you go, I will know by the way my Charlamagne. And the river always flows, tears of gold, left me cold. Do you feel the same, my Charlamagne?
This next one's just a little bit of a kickback. I think it came out maybe about a year ago in the UK. It's by a band, Blossoms, that I just recently started to get more into. And I remembered I had heard this song, I think on Alt Nation back in the day, and I was like, that's a good song. But for some reason, I forgot to save it to my Spotify. I was probably driving and forgot to do it whenever I stopped. And now I'm kicking myself because I'm like, these guys have a lot of promise, a lot of talent, and I listened through the debut album, and this is definitely one of the biggest highlights for me. Charlamagne! It's one of those tunes that just gets stuck in your head. Just that specific word will start looping, and even the guitar structure on this track, the drumming, and the way that it lines up with a bit of like almost like a nightclub type vibe. It's something that's cool, it's retro, but at the same time it feels fresh, and I'm down with it. I don't think it's a secret at this point that I really like overseas music. English rock band The Amazons make my list today, and while I haven't liked everything that I've heard from them, they're still very unique. They have a different sound that can definitely take some getting used to, but I think this is a good starting point for a lot of people, including myself. This is still the track that I'm loving the most as of right now, and it's called In My Mind. Give the album a chance as well, but this one is just so fantastic. Even if you just want to hear one song, you're looking for a new band to check out, this could be right up your alley. It's got a fiery guitar on it, something that is really going to draw you to the track in the first place, but the vocals, I think that they're definitely different. There's something that set their sights on maybe like a different audience than what most rock is going for right now, and I'm okay with that. It's kind of fascinating, and I like the way that it plays out in the lyrical department as well, so you really can't lose with this. Alright, we're just gonna forget that fucking Liam Payne dropped some of the worst pop songs of the year. We had the great Harry Styles record, thank God for Harry, one of the best albums of the year, Sign of the Times, one of the best damn songs of the year. And then we had fucking Strip That Down from another One Direction member. God, yeah. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen, okay, cool. Now we move on to Louis Tomlinson and Bebe Rexha. I hope I'm saying all of these names correctly. There's so many floating around in my head right now. And also some production and a lending hand from Digital Farm Animals. And this is a track, the new one, Back to You, that I didn't see myself liking, because I'm like, okay, is he going kind of the basic pop route? Is he doing what all the other One Direction members other than Harry are probably gonna do? But this song is an entirely different beast. I feel like it just kind of builds off of like a story and the chemistry between a man and a woman that cannot let go of a past relationship that's not good for them, clearly. But it's over this kind of drippy synth beat that's really loose, minimal, but it's shaky and catchy as hell. This track is fervent, and it sticks in your mind instantly because I was immediately drawn to her voice, and then whenever it finally crosses over to the second verse with Louis, and then their voices meet, it's worlds colliding in the best way, and I have to say, kudos. I didn't see this coming, but yes, more like this.
We always seem to come back, always seem to come back down, but I flow when I'm with you. Every time you come around, we always seem to get back, we always seem to get back up, and the lights are bright here.
Oh boy, I've been waiting for this one. We finally reached the top of the list, the song that I really am desperate for you guys to check out, because I cannot stop playing it. It's by this band called The Airs. They don't have a huge following yet, but I really see them taking off. I think they just signed a new record deal or something like that, a bigger label. They got a really awesome music video for this track as well. It is called Suburban Wonderland, and I like I said, I cannot get enough of this song. It has it all. I'm such a sucker for like a synth meeting guitars and then the male and female rotated vocals. This song, it has it all. It's just so orgasmic to the ears. You have to hear it. I'm begging you. If you only check out one song on this little playlist that I put together today, make it this one. Make my day. Tell me you checked it out and tell me what you thought of it. This isn't sponsored by them or anything, even though they did actually just quote my tweet recently and thank me for liking it. But still, at the same time, this song is probably in my top 5 for the year so far. It's something that deserves to be heard and to be played loudly. It's got one of the most sticky choruses that I've heard in a long time, and it's just unique. It's the band branching out beyond just maybe like synth pop and rock and just reaching for the stars. And they reach that star and they stay there. They don't just get pulled back down to earth, as they talk about on the track. They stay up there right up there with the stars and the moon. Thank God for songs like this. You can catch all of these tracks in a convenient playlist over on my Spotify. Compton182 is the username, or you can just click the link. It'll take you straight to the playlist. I'll try and at least make a Spotify or a YouTube. Which do you guys prefer? Which is easier for you? Do you want a Spotify playlist each month if I continue doing this, if this is successful? Or would you like a YouTube one? And please, if you do like the idea of this video and you like the idea of me doing like albums you might have missed as well, leave a like on this video. Help me get this to 1,000 likes and I will probably make this a monthly series. Other than that, you can support me on Patreon. It really helps out. It's the annotation over in the corner. You can see last week's review that I did right here, or another recent video from the channel right here. All of my social media is in the description. And other than that, I'll see you very soon right here on ARTV.